Hello physios. Today we learn on goniometry techniques in some slides showing what is goniometry. Goniometry, it is nothing but an instrument whether you can check your range of motion to a joint. Today we'll deal with shoulder techniques. First, going to the shoulder flexion. First, before starting the procedure, you need to be explain the procedure, and also you need to do it passive range of motion. Then allow you do with the movement of shoulder flexion. Here, the points to be written. Firstly, you need to know the range of motion for shoulder. For shoulder flexion, the range it is from 0 to 180 degrees, right? This is the thing to be written in a paper. And the position, it is in supine lying, or you can go for sitting or with standing with some good alignment of shoulder. Then I have said in previously a fulcrum, which is an axis you need to place at the acromion process at the shoulder level. Right, at the shoulder joint there is an acromion process, you need to place the fulcrum. And the stationary arm, it should be parallel to the mid-axillary line of your thorax. You can see mid-axillary line of thorax, red color. And your moving arm, that is parallel to the longitudinal axis of the humerus. And there are some precautions you need to be taken. You need to avoid the extension of trunk, and you need to avoid the abduction of shoulder and the extension of shoulder. These are the points you need to be remembered up. Then coming into the shoulder extension, the range is from 0 to 60 degrees and the position is prone lying. The fulcrum same as from shoulder flexion, acromion process of shoulder, and the fixed arm, that is your stationary arm, which it should be parallel to the mid-axillary line of thorax, and the movable arm, which is parallel to the midline of humerus. And you need to be taken some caution, avoid the flexion of the trunk, that is forward flexion of trunk and abduction of shoulder. Next, abduction. Abduction, what is the range? 0 to 180 degrees is the range. And the position, you can go for standing or sitting. Better it is go for prone lying. It is good. And the fulcrum, you need to place at the center of the shoulder joint. Like in this way. You need to be placed at the center of the shoulder joint. And the fixed arm, that is your stationary arm, which is parallel to the midline of the thorax. And the movable arm, parallel to the longitudinal axis of the humerus, that the therapist is playing in this slide. That is your movable arm. Then go into an abduction, 0 to 180 degrees. That comes your range. And for adduction, it is also similar to that of abduction. Next, your medial and lateral rotations. Your medial rotations, firstly, we'll go with medial or external rotation. Lateral rotation, firstly, the range is 0 to 90 degrees and the position is supine lying, and the arm must be abducted 90 degrees with an elbow bent to 90 degrees, and your palm must be facing to the body, and forearm must be perpendicular to the plinth, and the full length of the humerus must be rest on the plinth, that is on the bed. That is your position. The position must be supine lying, and your arm should be abducted 90 degrees, elbow bent. Then fulcrum must be placed at the center of the elbow joint, that is your olecranon process. And the stationary arm, which is perpendicular to the mid-axillary line of thorax, and the movable arm, which is parallel to the longitudinal axis of the ulna, with the point you need to be remembered up. And the medial rotation is same as for lateral rotation. Same, supine lying, you need to keep the same fulcrum at the electron process. Your stationary arm must be perpendicular to the mid-axillary line of the thorax, and your mobile arm must be parallel to the longitudinal axis of the ulna. Right? These things you need to be remembered. Thanks for watching SPN.